So in case you're wondering what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, except for sweating, I've done exactly this. No, not necessarily taking the alternate pit exit on historic Spielberg in Austria, but no, more like this. I created a new custom AI for the 1983 F1 season pack by Joel Ecodrom. The original pack was released in 2022 and got its last update in 2023. As we all know, a lot has happened since in Automobilista 2, and I think the pack needed a complete revamp of the custom AI. Nowadays, we've got a lot more parameters for the AI drivers, but mostly we've got the vehicle performance scalars for differentiating and fine-tuning all of these cars for us players. And this is basically what I did. I understand it to be the new baseline for that class in Automobilista 2, which of course is the F-Retro Gen 3. The main trait of this class in the game is its insane variety and diversity. We've got 4 cars in there, 2 originals, the Brabham BT52 and the McLaren MP41, and 2 generic cars, 1 turbo car and 1 naturally aspirated generic car. And the difficulty, of course, is, well, to match that and to implement all these different cars, chassis plus engine combinations in the game. And believe me, there had been a huge performance variety within these classes. Speaking of the natural aspirated engines, I mean, both Williams as well as Ligier used the V8 for it. However, Williams was a consistent contender for points, while Ligier was not at all somewhere near those points, right? And of course, I want to realize that feel for us players. Regarding the mod, regarding the skin pack, there are of course certain shortcomings within the game that prevent us from having the complete experience with all these 30 plus cars that raced there in the 1983 season in real. The biggest limitation of course is that we only have 24 slots, so only 24 cars in there. And I think Joel Ecodrom did the right thing already back in 2022 as he went for the most variety. This is one reason why we have the Spirit Honda with Johansson in there, who in real only raced in the latter third of the season. Moreover, this season was a season of change. Ground effect cars were banned and it was the dawn of the turbo cars, with these cars being much faster than the NA cars, of course. And this was also one of the reasons why teams like McLaren and Williams and Lotus switched from naturally aspirated to turbo during the season. It's insane in itself if you think about it, putting a completely different engine into the same chassis or developing a new chassis during the season. And that's also one of the reasons why there's one Lotus car in the tier of the generic turbos, and the second one, Mansell's car in that case, is among the natural aspirated cars. That, however, in real was only true for, let's say, race 2 to race 5 or 6 or so. But that changed later on. Then also Mansell had the Renault turbo-powered car. But that is, I'd say, almost impossible to realize within such a skin pack with these limitations. Nevertheless, what I've tried here is first to establish a new and better and more accurate balance of power between all the cars and the drivers. And second, of course, to achieve realistically handling, feeling, driving cars for us players. I've done a lot of testing on various historic circuits, Jacarepagua for instance, historic Kyalami, historic Spielberg, historic Hockenheim, historic Silverstone, but most of all, because it's the most accurate, on historic Imola. In our case, it's the 1988 version of that track in Automobilista 2, which is the same layout as in 1983, but only had some different curbings and colors. Also time-wise, this track was my benchmark or standard for putting up the custom AI. Initially, I used generative AI, did an extensive chat with it to establish a baseline, and then started testing, tweaking and adjusting the values. And I might say it's most accurate in terms of VOP and overall pace at Imola.
These are the results of my 30 minutes of qualifying, doing a private session, meaning every car is on the track alone. Yeah. And now let's just take a minute and go through the grid, the results and the times, and compare them with the real results of that race in 1983. So Piquet in real did a 131.9 and ended up in P2. So we're basically 4/10 off there. René Arnoux in the Ferrari had pole in real in a 131.2, which is 0.7 of a second faster than Piquet. He must have put in incredible lap back then. Here he's much slower at 132.9. And this is already one of the small caveats with that CAI. It's incredibly hard to replicate the level of qualifying skill that especially the Ferrari have put in. In P3, it's Patrick Tambay, like in real. In real, he did also 131.9 like Piquet. Here it is the same time as his teammate Arnoux, 32.9, so a second off. In P4, it's Patrese, 133.0. In real, Patrese had P5, 132.9, so just a 10th off. We're getting there, guys. In fifth, it's Alain Prost, 32.2. In real, Prost in P4, 32.1. All right, a second off. In P6, it's me in Elio De Angelis's Lotus Renault. I did a 133.6. In real, Elio had P9 in a 134.3. I'm 0.7 of a second quicker. But here now, the new parameters come into play, the scalars, that is. Yes, I was a bit quicker. I could even increase the drag scalar, but I think we're good here. I mean, every time within half a second of the real times is pretty cool. In real, the best non-turbo car was Keke Rosberg in P11. He did a 135.0. Here, Keke is also the best. In P12, he did a 135.1. What did I say? 135.0. Just a 10th off. That's quite satisfying. Then we've got Watson and Lauda. In real, they were only in 18th and 24th. Wow. So much further back. Let's get on. Jacques Lafitte in the second Williams. In real, did a 135.7. Here he did a 135.8. Just a 10th off. Let's go down the order. Mansell here in P17. 136.7. In real, 135.7. Okay, second off. Alboreto in real, pretty good. I gotta say P13, 135.5. Here, 136.8. 1.3 seconds off. Well, the biggest difference is with Max Zure. Here, P21, 137.2. In real, 35.4. And actually, guys, that's not because of, well, his bad values, driving values. I mean, no. I actually gave him quite good qualification skills. Maybe he just wasn't able to get it onto the track. Whatever. But for me, it's, as I said, about getting close to the real stuff and also have a credible DOP. And I think I've achieved that. The devil is always in the details, and the details matter, I know. So this is why I'm saying this is work in progress. This is a new baseline. For once, let's leave it thus. Let's see how my CAI works, and let's have some fun. Let's go. In P6, behind Prost and Patrese. There we go. Oh, everybody with a pretty good start. There comes Warwick behind me. Have to fight here. First time into Tamburello. Looks good. Everybody seems to have kept their places. Patrese had a good start. Making up places. Or a place, it seems. Oh, cold brakes into Tosa. Always a challenge. But I made it. Remember, AI skill level is on 111. Yeah, and I mean 20 laps. Can I make it, or can the AI make it without a pit stop? In real, all of the turbo cars made a pit stop, at least all of those who finished the race.
Team front locking going into Piratella.
And none of... Oops, oh, he's slow. And none of the naturally aspirated cars did a pit stop. Of course, due to me having to decrease the turbo boost by more than 30%, we can expect similar times compared to the NA cars here. Nevertheless, I will have to... Oh God. Care about my engine wear, especially. Tires should be okay. Oh, yeah, 250 liters, not easy to manage here. It says now 20 laps. Oh, so I should be fine. I mean, now, okay. Let's ask Jim.
You got loads of fuel, 6th place.
Okay. Oh, okay, so that takes away a strategic element, if that's correct. Nevertheless, guys, nevertheless, so it's fighting on the track against my turbo fellows there. Oh, please slow down, please slow down, please slow down. Whoa, that was super late. Into first even. For a bit more torque there.
Okay, Timo, the next car is Tombe.
Oh, again, super late here by me. And a proper mistake. And a proper mistake. Was it 3, 4 more places there? 3 more places. Oh, just ahead of Winkelhock in the ATS. BMW powered, same as the Brabhams. And he showed that multiple times in quali with very good results. Consistently in the top 10, sometimes even P7 or so. But sadly, he wasn't able to finish a race, let alone in the points. Okay, Warwick is super strong there.
In front of us is Chivo.
And isn't that what's that? That's an Alpha, isn't it? Yeah, guys, I deliberately stripped down the HUD to only super necessary elements. Also using my classic pit board there, SimHub overlay that is.
So, do all the work. Focus on your exits.
What have we got?
That was a 141.6.
Oh, the gearing feels so wrong now with so little turbo boost. And I can hardly make the car stop. Again, a mistake. 2 more going through. My goodness. Too many mistakes, Timo. Huh.
All right, Timo. The next car is Watson.
And that's the McLaren. Oh! Oh, stand still there and oh! In Variante Alta. Cheever and De Cesaris. I evaded them and gained 4 places there. Holy moly. Oh!
Right, the guy ahead of us is Warwick.
Okay, enough bad driving now. I can do so much better, guys. But these first laps have been wild. And I'm still struggling with the super heavy car. Feels so different than in quali, with just 50 liters or so on board. Come on, let's adapt quickly. 144, that's insanely slow. Should be doing 138s or so at that time. So let's see. Let's see. What's the situation, Jim?
17 laps to go. The car's looking good. No damage. It's fine, you got loads. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your tyre temps are looking good. Your brake temps are good. The gap ahead is now 5.9. Your reel-in V6 in. The gap's now 5.8.
So hard to slow that car down in Tosa. Whoa. Still there, I'm still sort of in time trial or qualification mode regarding my muscle memory and braking points and such, and well, it's fatal here, of course. So late, or too late, regarding braking almost everywhere. Time to adapt quickly, Timo. And guys, I mean, don't get me wrong, but how I do it here with a stripped down wheel, clutch, an H-pin shifter, this is certainly the way to drive these cars, isn't it? I mean, I really cannot imagine doing it with a modern F1 wheel, shifter pedals and no clutch. I mean, that just feels wrong, doesn't it?
In front is now 4.1 seconds. You've just done a 137.9.
Fifth gear is much too long. Made a mistake there. Anyways, this is how it is. Fifth gear only works if I've got a draft of a car ahead of me. Yeah, which I'm working on. Instead of Ferrari. Hadn't have time to take a look at the at the pit board. Also in real, certainly, yeah, the DNF rate was extremely high. Out of the 26, most of the time only about 10 cars finished. I don't expect it to be that high here because we're only doing 20 laps. But there are some guys that definitely should fail to make it to the end. It's still Warwick ahead. In a superb, what is it, P6? Also, I love the difference in pace between quali and race. Almost feels like a different game, you know?
3.3. Oh, no, is now leading.
I think the 4 cars there, leading the race. Yeah, still showing one of the, let's say, issues that AMS2's AI has, namely a bit of queuing or train effect sometimes of similar cars. Yeah. Aleph Fry, one of the masterminds of the F1 Seasons team, told me that he's working on a logic to mitigate that effect. And also, guys, we can all look forward to much more content coming from the F1 Seasons team. They are working on updating existing mods, as Allah says, as well as on new seasons, F1 seasons. Wow. Maybe, as Joel Ecodrom, the author of this skin pack, is also part of the team, maybe also for the 83 season, and maybe they can then also profit from the bit of work I've been doing here. And if it's only for a baseline. Because I said in the beginning, this mod here regarding the CAI was quite outdated. And in case you're interested in testing it out, I have put my CAI file on my Google Drive, so feel free to download it and install it alongside this great skin pack and test it. Give me your feedback. All I'm saying is don't expect it to be perfect, but expect it to be much more accurate than the original one. 14 more laps to go, it says.
It's fine, you got loads.
Yeah.
Okay, Timo.
So fuel shouldn't be any problem.
The gap is 1.8.
Don't have to think about fuel, stopping for fuel. So it's just racing here, guys. Just racing here. Granted, it takes away a strategic element, which would enable the naturally aspirated cars to actually finish there in the points, or have a chance at least of doing so. For that, I would have had to either increase the fuel burn even more or increase the number of laps to, let's say, 22, 23. And that would have been possible. Jeever has retired. Oh. Slow down, please slow down. Wow. But as you can see, I mean here, this is not a comparison video, but you will have to believe me that here in the Lotus, I'm about Lotus Turbo, I'm almost a second slower than in the Renault or the Ferrari. For the Brabham, I cannot really say because actually I'm having a hard time driving the Brabham. I think it's by far the most demanding car in this pack, and I haven't been able to drive that car consistently quick. So, can I have a shot at Warwick already on this lap? Now in the draft for the first time. My quickest now, 37.8, isn't it?
Oh no, he's leading the race.
Okay, and now for the first time actually above 300 for a long, long time, but no, that's not enough on this lap. Let's see what I can do exiting Tosa. No, Warwick's also strong. I am quicker, you can see it everywhere. Yeah. But catching up is one thing, overtaking is something different. We all know that. Normally here, exiting Variante Alta, I'm better than the AI. I'm also here. Easy move, easy move. Now cover that inside line. Cover it, cover it, cover it. Yep, it's gone a long way around. But now he's in a lost position. Certainly is. Running out of road.
Frost just retired from the race.
Oh! So what does that mean for me? Easy points.
Is now in the lead.
And I am in
P4.
P4 with 10 laps to go. Tombe, 13 seconds ahead. Wow, that's a long way to go. But another trait of this class.
Okay, Timo, the next car is Tombe.
And of the custom AI, differences have been huge. Huge, huge, huge. Sometimes with several cars 1 or 2 laps behind, and I don't mean the back markers.
Is now 0.6.
I mean cars finishing in the points several laps behind.
PK is now leading.
Okay. It's a pity I don't see those cars, and I could, well, ponder about the actual situation there, analyze it, and I think they're just running very close to each other, more or less in a queue. Whoa, whoa. Oh, sliding through Tosa. Sliding under braking, understeering all at the same time. And there we go. Come on now. Proper Piratella. And I mean, if it was a real race, so to say, and the BOP was perfect, I wouldn't stand a chance to close the gap to the Ferrari ahead.
Laps remaining, car looks fine, no significant damage. You got loads of fuel. Tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your tyre temps are all good. Your brake temperatures are okay. The gap ahead is now 8.8.
It's 8.8, so I think on the last 3 laps I made up 5 seconds. And by the end of the race well, maybe I will have a chance to snatch away P3 from him. Arnaud it is, isn't it?
The gap behind is now 2.9. That last lap was at 137.9. Arnaud is leading the race.
Let's see, guys. I mean, it's a pretty lonely race here at the moment. Going my own pace. But let's be honest, this is like it wasn't real for many drivers. Still, no Tombe in sight. Pity, pity. At least for the story of this race and video, but on the other hand, it's quite realistic. It's quite realistic. One thing I'm just not getting there with AMS 2 and Razor is that often there are just not enough car slots in a series. I mean, why don't we have 30 or 32 cars or car slots in here? I don't get it. What the problem is with
PK is now
with that? I mean, maybe you know more. Maybe Razor has given an explanation at some point. But yeah, it's just a pity because it limits us. As far as I understand it, just unnecessarily in recreating authentic historic races. I of course see the point in maximum cars per race, like in endurance racing. It's very hard for the game and of course for our PCs to emulate 60 cars, 70 cars. Certainly it is. But let's be honest, in F1 it's
getting closer. The gap's now
only 26 normally, or even less nowadays. So it shouldn't be that hard on your system.
It's just retired.
Yeah, Johansson in the spirit, who did not take part in this race in real, but as I told you in the intro, it's part of this skin pack, and so certainly he's also in here.
The gap to Watson behind is now 8.5 seconds. We're quickest right now. That lap was at 136.6.
It's good to hear and see. Okay.
3 laps to go. There's no significant damage. Okay, Timo, we'll need to pit for refueling. We estimate 5 laps of fuel left. We think we'll need to add 18 litres.
What?
The pit window is now open. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your tyre temperatures are good. Your front brakes are getting a bit hot. The gap in front is now 10.0.
What are you talking about, Jim? It's 3 more laps. I've got fuel for 5 more laps.
You're reeling Tombe in. The gap temps now, 9.1.
9.1. But that's not enough, guys. It is realistic, right? But it won't be enough time for me to close down the gap. Yeah? So it's this two-edged sword. Yeah. I'm just sort of at a loss here in this car and with my abilities to hunt down the 3 liters. But on the other hand, it is realistic, isn't it? I'm just a bit sorry here that I'm not within a group or fighting with someone after I finally overtook Warwick. So pretty lonely race for the second half. Also, the natural aspirated cars are very fun to drive. They're easier in their regard. Have a, well, as it is the nature of the engine, have a more linear deployment of power, certainly thus are a bit easier to control. And especially here, the Williams, which is the best of the NA cars. With this one, you also should be able to fight for points.
One more to go. 3 laps of fuel remaining. You've just done a 137.8.
Yeah. So by now, the car feels relatively nimble.
P5 is closing you down. The gap has come down
Really?
to 7.7.
Okay.
It's faster than you entering Acqua Minerale.
Okay. Interesting. See that? Yeah, I'm giving my best and all. Nevertheless, I'm not able to get closer to Tombe. On the other hand,
PK has won the race.
apparently P5 is reeling me in. And if that's Watson, then it's the best NA car. Race over, guys.
P4. Well
P4.
done, that's the finish. Good
Yes. And that's my best lap, isn't it? Congrats to Nelson. Winning in the Brabham BT52. 20 laps, 32 minutes, 35 seconds. Oh, in the end, indeed. Oh, well, he pulled a proper gap there to René Arnoux in the better of the 2 Ferraris. Tombe rounding out the podium in the second Ferrari, another 3 seconds behind his teammate Arnoux, who's 4.7 behind PK. So gaps were evolving. I finish in P4, 18 seconds behind the winner and 11 seconds behind Tombe. That's almost a second per lap. Let's be honest, yeah? And this is the state of things. This is due to the car I'm driving and my skills. Combination of that, of course, yeah? My best was a 36.5. Nelson's best was a 36.4. Then we've got several more cars in the 36s. Oh, most notably, Watson in the McLaren MP41C, who's only 9 seconds behind me and, did a 36.7. Rosberg then on the same level, even a bit faster, and getting the last point just ahead of Lafitte and Lauda. Well, not just ahead of, but 13 seconds ahead of Lafitte. Switching to the second page of the tableau, we've got 10 cars retiring, led by Andrea De Cesaris.
Watch your speed.
And down to Manfred Winkelhock. Yeah, who only was able to do 3 proper laps. Poor guy, I told you. But also these guys, times, 37, 39, 140. All right, he's the slowest. Then there is the slowest one of the cars finishing is Marc Zura, just ahead of, or just behind Mansell. Zura already lost a lap there, and his best was a 39.0. That's then 2.6 seconds slower than the fastest Nelson Piquet. In real The fastest lap was done by Riccardo Patrese on lap 47, doing a 1:34.4. Again, it's a first approximation with all the, let's say, intricacies and limitations that are also inherent in that class, in the cars, and also with the tools I have at hand. But again, I'm having a great time driving these cars and have had a wonderful time developing this custom AI. If you want to try it out for yourselves, please do so. I've put the link down in the description. Goes to my Google Drive. Just download it, test it, and give me your feedback. Yeah, come back right here in the comments, because that also helps the video and me and my little channel here. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy sweating, and of course also have the best time of your life in your most favorite sim. See you on the next one. Bye.